So in the above example, we have created a class named called bicycle, and it contains a field name gear and some method name is braking. So we are able to identify what is the class name and what is the variable here and what is the method. So here bicycle is a prototype. Now we can create any number of bicycles using this prototype, and all the bicycles will be shared the field and methods of the prototype. So this bicycle prototype, with the help of this we can create number of objects, and that objects can share these fields and methods of the prototype. Okay, we will see in detail. So Java objects. Okay, we have seen that what is a variable, what is a method. Now we will see what is object. Then we'll start implementing in the code, and we will identify each and everything. An object is called as a instance or copy of a class. So we can call it as a copy of a class. For example, we have created a bicycle class. Now I can create the objects like mountain bicycle, sports bicycle, like touring bicycle, etc. So these all are objects, like these are copy of the bicycle. I mean, the main syntax will be example when you take a bicycle, say the main things will be there. You will have two wheels. It will have two wheels and the steering. Only the thing is they will be changing the gears and as per the requirement. So they will copy the class. They will create a number of multiple objects, and they can add something in that object if they want. That's what the whole scenario. So how to create a object? So like we can see here, we have to give the class name. Then we have to give the object name. So have to declare it as new class name. So initially we'll give the class name, then we'll give the object name what we have to use. So new class name. So in detail, like if you see in here examples, our class name is bicycle, and we want to create a new object called sports bicycle equals to new bicycle. So in this way, we will be creating the object with the help of the. Now we'll go with the Java method. So Java, like a method is a block of a code which only runs when it is called. So inside method you will have some code, but you can execute only when you are able to, when you are calling that into the main. So these are like methods are used to perform any like some actions whatever you are written. So okay, as we are calling it as functions in C, C++. Okay, here we are calling it as methods. So these methods will help us to reuse the code. So once the code has been done, we can reuse the code without writing it n number of times whenever we want. Now we'll see how to create a method inside the class. So it should be defined with the name of the method. Okay, whatever the method you are giving, the name, and it should be followed by the parenthesis. So example. So I've written a class here, public class test. So void my method. So my method is our method name. So inside the method, I have written some code. So initially I have taken a class. Inside the class, I have written void my method is our method name. So that's why it was followed with the parenthesis we can see. So inside the method, we can write the code whatever we want. So my method is the name of the method. So void means, so this method will not have any return value. So it will not give any return. Okay. We'll see one example, some examples which will give the return also. So as of now, void means you'll not have any return value in the method. Okay. Yes, sir. Now we will see where to call a method in the main class. How to call this method in the main class. Okay. So to call a method, So write the method name after the object followed by the two parentheses and semicolon. Okay, so this is the example object dot method name and parenthesis. Okay, we will see the example. We'll run this code. Okay, then we'll get idea what is method, what is class. Okay, so we'll come by starting. So initially I have written class keyword. So the class name is function method I have given to understand. So inside the class now taken void. So there is no return type. The method name is my method. So if you want, you can rename this to Geo. So the method name is Geo. So inside the method, I have written a like to print some result like just got executed. But if you want to execute this method, we have to call this method into the main. Till this point, I think it is clear what is the class name and what is the method, right? This is the class name. This is the method. Now what I've done, I have written the public static void main string args. Now this is the main class. Here I'm calling it as object. Okay. So I given the class name as function method. This is object one. Yes, sir. So class name I have written the function method. Object I can give any name. As of now I'm giving object one. If you want to change, I'll make it as team. So team is my object. So new function again. The class name is new function method. The parenthesis taken. Now if I want to call this method, initially I have to write the object team dot. What is the method? So it is showing to us GUI is our method. So when you run this, now we are able to execute the method which is in the class. So once again I'm just recalling so that you can understand what is class, what is method, and what is the object. So function method is your class name, GUI is your method. So inside the method I've written to print I just got executed. How to call this method is how to go inside the main. Inside the main I have to create an object. So what I'm doing, I'm giving the class name, I'm giving the object name. So anything you can give. As of now I'm giving it as team, and it is new function method to allocate the dynamic memory. So the completely syntax that to declare an object you want to use it. Now I want to call the method object dot method. So I'm writing here Same thing I have done here. My object is team.geo. So when you run this, so now we are able to run the main method. I mean the method which we have created. So till now we have seen the class, object and the method.